ONPASSIVE, hey ONPASSIVE, ONPASSIVE, आप समझा करो, यही तो ONPASSIVE है। बधाई हो बधाई ONPASSIVE वालों को बधाई, है फाउंडर को जो ऐश ने है दुनिया दिखाई। बधाई हो बधाई, हाँ सभी को हो बधाई, फाउंडर को जो ऐश ने है दुनिया दिखाई। नेगेटिव लोग अब हो जाएंगे शॉक, क्योंकि हम फाउंडर यारो हाँ हाँ करेंगे कुछ रॉक। ONPASSIVE, ONPASSIVE, hey ONPASSIVE, ONPASSIVE, ONPASSIVE को चुना हमने, ऐश को हमने माना है, दुनिया से हटके यारो अपना जमाना है। हा 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 हा, भला करो सबको ये ऐश ने सिखाया है, जिसे धरती से उठा के हमें टॉप पे पहुंचाया है। ONPASSIVE, ONPASSIVE, hey ONPASSIVE, ONPASSIVE, थैंक यू ऐश दिल से कहे जो ONPASSIVE बनाया है, हाँ दुनिया को नया इंटरनेट जो दिखाया है। ओ नेटवर्क के जरिए दुनिया में हम छा गए, हाँ ओ वेरीफाइव के जरिए लीगलिटी में आ गए। हे थैंक यू ऐश, थैंक यू बैक इन टीम। हाँ ONPASSIVE ही ONPASSIVE अब होगा हर दिन। ONPASSIVE, ONPASSIVE, hey ONPASSIVE, ONPASSIVE, आप समझा करो, यही तो ONPASSIVE है।
I want to tell you something. That negative YouTube channel has got more founders on it than I do on my own YouTube channel. And it breaks my heart. Stop going there. All you're doing is definitely pouring a lot more gas in the fire. They don't care about you. She wants to be the first to make us look silly. Ignore her. She's crazy, okay? That's what crazy people do that are negative. So just stay away from it. Marty is going to put that in the back office. It's public records. Asset is for the public, and let it happen.
I guess he's talking about me and the recovering Hunbot. Keep on watching us for more ONPASSIVE coverage. We won't ever stop until they do. ONPASSIVE, my favorite scam. There was a corporate webinar a couple nights ago, and Marty and Chris have a lot to say about it. So if you want to check out the webinar, you can go check the whole thing out over on the Recovering Hunbots channel. And today, we're going to react to what Marty and Chris had to say about it. So without further ado, I'll roll that intro, and then we'll get to us streamings.
Gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9,
Here we go!
8,
Woo!
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
everyone, and how are you all doing today? I hope that you're all having a fabulous, an amazing, amazing day. I'm very excited because look, I can see the pink hands. The hand pink wavings are now viewable on StreamYard. Before I would just be met with this, and yes, it was hand pink waving, not pink hand waving. I kept getting it wrong because pink hand waving makes more sense. Silly me. But now we actually do get to see the hand pink wavings. Although I am going to slightly miss seeing the actual written out hand pink waving, it still excites me that the emojis are working. So I hope that you're all having a fabulous, fun Friday. For today, I thought that we would react to the 360 that Chris and Marty did. That was right after the corporate webinar. That thing was crazy long. I'll be honest with you. I'm not even done watching everything for it. It was several hours long. And so I was like, let's just go see what Chris and Marty have to say. Because really, they'll tell us all the so-called important parts. I hope you all enjoyed the song at the beginning. I see that the Devil's Advocate did. He says it's peak entertainment. Violet here was partying. She says it's party time. Definitely is party time. I just want to let you know, I did not edit a damn thing in that. I know it looks like I memed the fuck out of it. And I was giggling to myself over here, editing it into the intro today as I'm like watching through it. Because that song came out about a year ago and had been a little while. I kind of forgot, you know? So as I was like editing it into the intro earlier, I'm giggling to myself and I'm saying, everyone's going to think that I threw in these people dancing. Like it looks like, remember how the Recovering Hunbot likes to meme all of the songs? She has a whole playlist. Highly, highly recommend for sure. Go check it out because she re-memed like all of the songs so that she could play them on her channel without getting copyright. I've played their theme song so much that YouTube thinks I own it. So they actually send me the rights to copyright everyone now with the In It to Win It song. I don't know how it happened, but I'm here for it. And I don't. I don't do that to anyone. That's a little bit too cruel for me. It isn't my song. I'm very much aware of that. So I wouldn't that's overstepping to me. But she's re-memed them all. And as I was like kind of editing it, I'm going, this looks like the Recovering Hunbot made it. Or like I made it for this intro and memed it. They put that in there themselves. That was all Bill Must. Okay, I believe he probably remade that one. He tends to do most of that stuff for ONPASSIVE. So, what is Salami's like? What musical genre is the intro? They called it rap, so I'm going with it's rap music. He's no Eminem, but I'm assuming that in his home place, he's popular. They're very cross tonight. They're always very cross, aren't they? Look at, I can see the emojis. I'm so excited. I love that. Hello, Nathan. Good to see you. I hope you're having a good day. A self-memeing song. Yes, it was wonderful. I didn't have to do anything. They did it for me. Queen, could you issue a spoiler alert for those who haven't spent 5 hours watching it? There was so much good news. The spoiler is that there is not really any news. The spoiler is that they're pretty much announcing everything that we already knew to be allegedly coming up with this thing. You'll see. You'll see. Hello, Next Level. Good to see you. I hope that you're having a great day. So, all right, I'll stop blabbing. We'll get into this. But I promise you, I did not meme the intro song. That's how they put it out. That's how they wanted it to be. Yeah, I guess it would be a Bollywood rap. Right? Isn't that their Hollywood? So I'm assuming since the singer was announced the way he was at the beginning, it's like someone well-known in that area. I don't know the singer, but that doesn't mean that they're not like famous over there, right? I'm pretty sure it was someone that's like well known in that area. Hello, Mark B. Good to see you. Marty is always agitated, but him and Chris are getting extremely agitated. The last several streams that the Recovering Hunbot has been doing has been pulling in a lot of people from ONPASSIVE, and I think that she's actually, in many cases, gotten more views than they have. And they're a little bit upsetty spaghetti about that right now. As you heard at the beginning of this, or maybe you didn't, but you know, he's pretty upset.
That negative YouTube channel has got more founders on it than I do on my own YouTube channel. And it breaks my heart.
Like, he wants everyone to just
stop going there.
And he's pretty sure that
she wants to be the first to make us look silly.
She wants to be the first to make us look silly. I'm like, you do that on your own, Chris. I'm sorry. And let's watch him do it some more. Ah! Is this also Bollywood rap? I'm just wondering. They should break it down for us in this. Why do they start all of them with a fucking commercial?
The significance of BTC ETF approval. The Securities and Exchange Commission, S.E.C, has approved 11 exchange-traded funds, ETFs, for Bitcoin in the United States. This decision allows numerous new investors to access cryptocurrencies without the need to directly purchase Bitcoin itself. An exchange-traded fund, ETF, provides a convenient means of investing in assets or a collection of assets without the need to actually purchase the assets themselves. Exactly is artificial intelligence in cloud computing, a revolutionary combination of technology.
I hate this AI talking stuff, by the way. I hate how it sounds. It completely throws me. I was even bitching about it on X the other day because I was watching some really great YouTube like crime shows, and then all of a sudden it switched over to somebody that was using like an AI voice. Totally fucked up the mood. You know how you get one of those moods, you just want to watch a crime show, and then it was like a robot talking to me. It just fucked up my whole mood. I couldn't get into the story at all. The whole time, I'm just concentrating on how I feel like a robot is talking to me. I know that they're like an AI company, but the thing is, it's not even their AI doing this voiceover. And I think that's what's extra frustrating to me. Because like they should be able to do this without using any other programs, and they still can't. Yet here they are pumping out these fucking commercials. I guess you'd call them advertisements.
Is represented by the Artificial Intelligence Cloud, also known as AI Cloud, which is a combination of cloud computing platforms with artificial intelligence. The combination of artificial intelligence with cloud computing,
which again, there is no AI on the Onpassive website. You can go yourself and you can like do a little check. There isn't any being used. But okay, AI ML company
allows for the seamless incorporation of AI tools, algorithms, and cloud services into the day-to-day operations of different organizations.
Hello, everybody. Here
No
it is.
donkey? You didn't do a donkey today?
Oh,
No,
Lord.
not today.
Ah, man.
What?
Do you know what's so funny to me? I was even just telling my husband this. They have this like amazing big like countdown, right? Like they make it sound like it's the start of the wrestling match. It's like the WWE Wrestling Mania or something. And they do like the whole countdown. This is starting now. And then it just cuts to some AI commercial, which is very underwhelming. Or it just cuts to these two jackasses just sitting here. And it's the contrast between like getting all pumped up for something exciting and then being met with this. It's kind of funny to me, don't you think?
Welcome, everybody. The 11th
kind of
of
funny?
January. Today is Julie Wynn's birthday. Absolutely. Actually, happy birthday, Julie. And if you were not on the webinar last night, shame on you. No, but anyway, it'll be posted in the back office. I'm uploading it now. It was a fantastic webinar. My opinion, I don't think there was very many that was as strong as it was. I really don't. And there's been some pretty powerful ones, but last night was unbelievable. Absolutely. I'm going to do a little bit of a recap and then turn it over to Chris. I'll try to mow on through. And
I bet you're all thinking to yourselves, this was a corporate webinar, and therefore there's going to be a lot of very important information that he's about to talk about. Spoiler alert, you're going to be very disappointed.
a more detailed one Red will be doing right after we get off of here at 11 o'clock. So, yeah, here's what I want to go. So it started off as thanked everyone here, especially those being present in this odd hour, which is all of Europe. I have 5 topics to prepare, so we went over 5 different topics. Firstly, congratulations. We just launched our most robust, highest level of AI cloud computing in multiple regions. It's currently being hosting OConnect. This is a big, big deal, okay? And what the cool thing about, that's why I made that video. If you look at the video on my YouTube channel, it'll have closed captions so you can read along. But to try to explain it the best I can, people like us, we're not AI guys. I'm going to have Collins come on probably, Chris said maybe Saturday. So anyway, here's what's up. Sometimes you have to refresh and refresh. The thing about this is it's such a wide web and so much strength that as you ever notice in sometimes in OConnect, as it's ramping up, as people are coming in, it starts off good, and then it kind of but once it's stabilized, it's okay. With the AI cloud, you're going to have an automatic adjustment of what it needs and what it doesn't need from one person to 100,000 people. So that's awesome. Absolutely awesome. Everything should work just above what we've seen now. And the last few weeks have been very impressive. So when I heard about this, I was blown away. Absolutely. And you'll see as we go. He said they've been testing it for a while. And now
like
here
5
it is,
years?
January 2024.
Like 5 years, How long have both of them been on Onpassive? Since the beginning. So since about 2018, late 2018, they'll tell you 5 years. Yep. 30 years. They're going to have to be in it for another 30 years to even be able to BioConnect with it again. Right? Marty's diet is really working well. He's down to less than 800 pounds. At least he changed his shirt. He was wearing this shirt for a few of the webinars, and I think it was the same shirt for a few of them, by the way. Just throwing that out there for no reason. My opinion. But it was like the exact same color as his chair. So Marty finally became one with his chair. It was a beautiful moment. I was so very happy for him. Hand pink waving to you too. Hand pink waving to everybody. 600 pounds on passive life. That would be kind of a crazy reality TV show, wouldn't it? They have been in this for years and proudly announced that their previous 20 years trying to make money online has been a disaster. Yes, MLMs, like, and being an entrepreneur is like the only career path where you can be like, I have failed a bazillion times like this in my past, doing this exact same thing. I have failed at it, at least 36 times. But you should trust me in this one that I'm doing right now. And definitely give me your money. He's turned a strange side of pink. See, now he's turning into the color of his chair. That's the next phase of becoming one with it, you see. Now he needs to now become the same color, the same burgundy. His chair's like this brownish burgundy-like color. You know what I mean? It's like one of those like weird suede-like chairs. So it's the color's like a brownish burgundy. So he's just becoming the color of it. Good morning, fellow hater Nancy. I hope that your brother gets out of this.
And we now have an AI cloud in multiple regions.
I don't think he will, though.
Multiple regions. That's powerful, powerful. That's many databases. Okay, many. Secondly, another major pillar, and once we achieve it, we said we would own the internet. And by the way, ICANN is the main domain registry. So
Jesus
GoDaddy goes to it. There's a few of them. I don't want to name. I can't even think of. But I've got domains from a couple different registers. But GoDaddy was the big one. We now are the GoDaddy. Okay, and
says who?
Here's what's try to wrap your head around this.
Like, nobody has announced this other than Ash and like people in Onpassive. You know what I mean? Like nobody else has given them this. But okay.
Any business you've been in, I don't want to compare because there is no comparison, but I have to go back in history and I don't like doing that either. But I have to try to compare so you understand. When you go into an affiliate business or something like that, you go in, they give you an affiliate link.
Nancy is Chris Johnson's brother. I think this is his wife's account. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I personally, I feel like poor Chris might be in this for the long haul. Just because he's one of the top people. If he wasn't one of the top people, might have a better chance of getting him out. But unfortunately, with how high up he is in this thing, Chris really likes the community and he likes to be a bit of an entertainer, and he gets that here, right? Whenever he does these webinars, which is like every day pretty much. So he's getting that good dopamine hit every single day. And he feels like he's doing something really important. So I don't see him leaving until it completely falls apart and he can no longer deny that it's like gonna be over, which probably won't happen, to be honest, if it ever does, until at least after the S.E.C. lawsuit goes through next year. No matter what happens with it. But these two are they're going hard. They're going hard. It's every day now. Every day, bro. It's every day. You know? Soon, Ash will be announcing the launch of the latest Onpassive product created for the Hispanic community that will allow them to express their praise for Ash. It will be called Olay. Well, see, the funny thing is in all of these religions, it's technically against the religion, right? To praise somebody like you would your God. But then they do kind of praise Ash like a god. And he's pretty much said that he's been sent from God. which is a whole other level of faith manipulation that also adds to the reason why a lot of people won't leave. That's quite the FOMO. Okay, like God sent this man down to save all of us. If you're a strong believer of God and someone tells you that and you believe it, it adds almost a whole new level to the manipulation. Right? Instead of just being scared to leave because you don't want to lose your community and you don't want to miss out on possibly making money in future and all the usual stuff MLMs have with it, right? Now you're also faced with you're going against your own personal religion. Right? It makes it almost more personal in a way too. And then what happens if you leave and then God like punishes you? A lot of people think in that way too. It adds like a whole extra layer. And that can help keep them there as well. Could you imagine if these guys represented Apple or Amazon? It beggars belief that thousands of other founders follow and believe them. To be fair, a lot of them do have quite a few thousand people that watch their channels. And I think that's where they get most of their numbers from, to be honest.
Everyone gets one. They might have 2 or 3 to choose from. You're done. Onpassive, for one thing, we've got.
I don't think they understand how YouTube doesn't automatically equate to people in their scam. Do you know what I mean? So however many views they get on YouTube, they figure that they have that many people going under them in the scam. I wouldn't be surprised if that's how most of these guys saw their audience, you know?
One every week. Then you're going to be able to create your own. Now, the beauty of that is instead of you being a / name of the company, it's going to be your company from day one. So whatever your company is, that's your domain. It's you, right? It's you. And that's really powerful. We need to know that when you have it, when you can get your own domain, and you got all the little details you got to do when you go to when you go through GoDaddy, right? The security.
Okay, first of all, I don't think they're doing a fair comparison here. And then again, secondly, like I don't know where they got this from. Does anyone know why they're constantly comparing themselves to GoDaddy right now? Like, did Ash say something? I can't remember him saying something about it or not. Let me know if you remember him in the corporate webinar bringing this up. Or I just want to know if they pulled that out of their own asses or out of his ass,
Part of it where you got HTTPS. Okay, all that's going to be taken care of because Onpassive is the register for domains. Okay, so it's a really big deal. Okay, you can look up this stuff and educate yourself on it. You don't have to, but I love that kind of stuff because now I see we get into that. Boom, baby. I'm telling you. And you're also going to be able to transfer domains that you own. Because remember, ICANN, small ICANN, is the main hub of all of it.
Honestly, I gotta be real. From what I've seen of it, most of the corporate webinar is just them talking like absolute dribble and like catching up with each other, doing little jokes back and forth. So I could see how you could like watch one part of it and then not realize you were watching the same part over again until you're like halfway through or something. And then you're like, wait, I already heard them talk about this. I've done that before with their webinars. Because I'm always trying to watch. I probably watch a few webinars a day by Onpassive. I'm always kind of looking to see what's going on. And I've done that before where I've watched one of these guys' webinars and then like the next day they hadn't done their next webinar yet. And I just happened to click on the last webinar to watch again. And it wasn't until I was about halfway through that I was like, is this the fucking one that I watched yesterday? Like, did I watch this already yesterday? And now I'm sitting here watching it again like it's new. And it was because they all begin the fucking same. and they didn't really like get to what they were talking about until we were like 45 minutes into the fucking webinar that they were doing, right? And I was like, holy crap, I just wasted like an hour of my life now watching the same thing, because it's literally the exact same thing every day for the first like half of it. I feel like, you know, they'll call it "Oh Daddy." Oh my God, that would be creepy, but they will. If they were to do it, I could see them doing that. Having your own company selling ONPASSIVE products is like owning a pharmacy that stocks STDs. Just hands them out in pill form. I'm like, how would that work, Ricardo? Yeah, no, my brain's gonna try to make like sense out of that. So now I'm sitting here wondering how a pharmacy would even be able to like stock the STDs and give them out to people. I guess we just won't get into that. But that's kind of the issue with this whole thing, is that it seems like what they work on the least is their products. And I mean, technically, that's the most important part of the company. I mean, yeah, you need customers and you need people selling the products, like, and you need your techs and you need all that stuff. But really, you would think that you would put most of the money into making the product at least work. Like, let's be real, because OConnect wasn't even working. You couldn't even get it to work for like a week. You know what I mean? So, like, what do you do then? How do you sell it when it's literally not working? And it was just like impossible. I mean, I feel like you can't even sell it at that point. And then they're like trying to pump everybody up to like get ready to sell this and telling them they're going to make money off of it. In the meantime, it literally won't even load. Like, I would have been out just because I would have been like, I'm sorry, I don't know how I can sell these products that don't even load. I can't even lie to people enough to get them back here with products that don't work. It just makes no sense. I sell OConnect if anyone needs a plug. I will never understand why he cannot understand the harm they are preaching, to be nothing and promising other gullible people riches and respect around the world. It's a very cult-like mindset. We're going to get into that actually very, very soon, where we're just going to talk about how Onpassive is a cult and maybe deep dive a little bit into why they are still not leaving. I'm interested. Do you have one that works? Do you have an OConnect that works? OConnect is worse than Internet Explorer 2003. Well, it's definitely not anything even like Zoom, right? I mean, you can do all of that with Google Hangouts and Zoom, and at least they work. There's a million different apps you can use. You can do similar stuff even in Discord, for fuck's sakes. You could do it here on StreamYard, where you could have like a group of people up all talking. So I don't understand. It's like they've had 5 years too to work on these products. There really is no more excuses for why these products aren't fucking perfect. Because this whole time, the excuse as to why like other things couldn't happen in this MLM, like why they couldn't get recruiting, why they weren't like making commissions yet, like the excuse for all of that up until this point was that they were working on the products to make the products perfect. So now when the products come out and they're not good, like there is no excuse. And it's like you've had 5 years. 5 years to get this done. And if that's what you were really doing, right? We will know more about that. It looks like it's going to go to court, and the date is set it for 2025. So next year we will be covering the lawsuit as it progresses, and the court and everything as well as how they react to it and etc. Don't you worry.
So when somebody goes in and say, I want this domain, and you put it in what you request, it will tell you if you can have it or not. ICANN is one that decides that because they have the list of every domain on the planet. So, but the cool thing is now we're going to be one of the hubs of that, which is fantastic and very powerful. It's done. It's a done deal. Exclusive of hosting and web creation. This was a very...
Again, though, this was always promised, including the creation of data centers. And Ash has also promised to bring the internet to places that don't have the internet yet. All of this is in like kind of the same category, right?
Long and painful process. I was in the domain sphere for many decades, and I always was passionate for everyone to own their own domain. That was us. He said it from the beginning, ever since I can remember.
Exactly.
He wanted us to own our own domain. They're a unique.
So how is this news again? That's my point.
Internet real estate. This is where your internet business starts. Okay, so this is a big deal. Thirdly, new sector business model done.
So I don't know if you guys caught that really, but he's saying that they're going to be hosting their own domain, right? Very much like when they say that they're going to be building data centers and all the likes. I'll believe it when I see it, you know? Until then, I'm going to be very skeptical. But they're saying that they're going to build their domain, and then they're saying that your business starts now because of that. And they didn't really go into detail about it. So what they're implying there is that part of you being in ONPASSIVE is that you're going to be selling people domains. Like you're going to allow people to buy domains off of you to host their websites. Almost like your WordPress. Okay? And now they're coming to you to host their website domain and also make it. Right? Data center. You can actually look up all of the data centers. So a lot of us have been kind of keeping track to see, like, is there any ONPASSIVE ones popping up anywhere? As of right now, no. So they don't have a data center right now. I'm sure you're not surprised in the slightest. Which is kind of why this is all very funny. Because they can barely even host their OConnect properly without it crashing. We got a first-hand view the other night of what it looks like to someone in like the India area. Somewhere out there. I'm not sure exactly where. I couldn't tell you. But in that general area, what it looks like for them using like their normal internet, trying to watch one of these webinars. And it's just buffering and crashing constantly for them. So when you know that that's going on, and it's not just for them, by the way, this is like a problem for a lot of people across the board. Even when the OConnect is working, it's never fully working for fucking everyone. There's always people that are like, it's crashing, it's buffering, I can't hear. Like there's always some big problem with it. We haven't had a smooth sailing ship this whole ride. Okay, it's sinking like the Titanic. Like my song, you know, it's sinking. So every single time even that they do release it, it's not fully working. So when you know all of that's going on constantly, you're not very confident when they're like, we're going to be hosting our own domain here. And then people are going to come and buy like the hosting off of us and domains off of us so that they can have their websites, and we'll help them build their websites. And again, this isn't really news. It's almost like they keep repackaging information that they've had planned since 2018. It just hasn't happened yet. So he doesn't talk about it for a while. And then he comes and announces it, and like that it's going to be happening as if it's brand new news. And it's just not.
It's digitized, not in AI or IT sector. It's real estate. Okay, we didn't get the details on it, so don't call and ask people. We don't know. But he was doing comparisons like what Warren Buffett said, unless you can make money while you sleep, you're always going to be working for somebody else, okay? That's a little way I broke it down. So you don't want to say residual income and all. We got to be careful what's said. But you find ways to have your money work for you while you're making money. And this looks like something really cool about that. Nobody has to do it, but it's there. I talk to Dan Street a lot, and Dan he invests in gold and silver and all that. So this is a big deal for all of us. This is security. This is playing with the big boys, and that would be fun. And I can't wait. In life, there's two ways to make money. You have a unique value, a level of IP property, right? And you have skill, and you get paid.
It's just that easy. Just that easy, Marty says, you just have to own some of the internet, have skill, and get paid. Sounds super simple. Who would trust a leader that uses guys like this to speak on behalf of him? Not anyone in corporate that I know. That's why I don't think they're going to go very far with this. Even if it was working, they wouldn't go very far with it. You're allowed to hate Ash for that. He's nothing more than a coward hiding behind the wall. Think of him as a really deranged Wizard of Oz. And then these guys, we got like the Cowardly Lion here, and we got the Scarecrow. If he only had a heart, if he only had a brain, that's what this thing is like. It's like a really warped Wizard of Oz. Because you are right. I mean, all that Chris and Marty really do in these speeches is regurgitate what Ash tells them. Right? And then Ash has not been out here talking as much as he once was. When I first started covering this, he was having webinars like almost every single day where he was talking for like 3 hours every single fucking time. It was ridiculous. And you had to be at every single one. They were all very important. They were all corporate webinars. Now he's kind of just popping up here and there, which in a way adds extra importance to when he shows up, which I hate at the same time. Helps in the manipulation tactic of this thing. I don't like it. But they're really just his puppets. It's like he has his hands up their backsides, and they just say what he tells them to say and thinks what he tells them to think. Don't take investment advice from Marty, guys. Don't do it. Just don't. Ash said he invested in horses to deliver oatmeal. They would be like down for that. The last time Marty was digitized, he inserted a suppository. Probably. The OTech pros are extremely lightweight. Technically, I had asked some harder questions and they just avoid them or don't understand them. Yeah, you don't need to be very high in your knowledge to work for OnPassive. And I'm pretty sure that Ash is micromanaging all of them anyway. So even if you were, you can only really do what Ash tells you to do. Oh yeah, Ash communicates with them. Yep, they're like his henchmen. He'll call them up on the phone, they'll have a little talk, and then they'll go do a webinar. He'll tell them kind of what to tell everybody. They'll be like, okay. I wouldn't be surprised if that was true, Scam Chan. If the legal team did tell him to be more silent, that would actually make a lot of sense. his legal team. They're like, can you please stop talking? Every time that you talk, you get us into more trouble. We have this $108 million S.E.C. lawsuit going on, so could you just maybe shut up for a while? Yeah, I could see it. The OTech pros might just make it as mall security staff or domestic help in a public psych ward. Like, you don't even need a bachelor in IT to go work here, so, and Ash would only hire people that will just do exactly as he says. Hello, I hope you're having a good day. Having Marty and Chris talk for him helps him have some plausible deniability when stuff eventually goes down. Yes, and I've talked about it before about how, like, they gotta really be careful. Because if you saw how OneCoin went down, it wasn't just the people that were running it that got in trouble. A lot of times the higher up people that are helping promote and recruit and kind of spreading around the bullshit, they can get into trouble criminally as well. So if Ash ever does in future, that means these two jackasses here on the screen, they could too. So they might want to be careful. I keep saying to them, get out now. Get out now while you still can. Because eventually there's kind of going to be a point where you're not going to be able to, you won't have any deniability. Really. See, I don't want to blame the tech team for their very little work. Because I've actually gone and read some of the Glassdoor reviews and whatnot. And it sounds like to me that even if you want to do a lot of work, Ash kind of doesn't let you. It sounds like Ash is micromanaging, and I'm sure if you just think for 2 seconds about Ash's personality, you could agree with me that he's definitely the type that would be micromanaging. So when I read a few people that had worked there say that, he only lets them make certain things in certain ways, I was like, yeah, no, that makes sense. I actually fully believe that. They can only do what he tells them to do. And honestly, he just tells them to update the fucking website 500 times a week. They're so busy doing that, they can't do anything else. Ash's lawyers will not be able to say that Ash didn't actually authorize the information that Chris and Marty tell people on their channel. The law states that ignorance by a CEO is not admissible. No matter what, Ash would be in trouble. It's just that really until the lawsuit goes down in court, these guys could probably get out. And they might be okay and not held legally responsible. Later on down the line, they won't be able to say that they weren't helping Ash spread bullshit or the likes, right? So it'll suck.
And you get paid for it and help people get off the ground to have their own brand and cash flow. Other is when people have enough money to have the money to work for them. That's both things. There's making the money and then having another way to have that money leverage itself to.
Hi, Barbara. Good to see you. So did Ash really jettison the entire Bangladesh founder group in order to solve that problem with the Bank of Bangladesh declaring Onpassive a scam? Ash said he didn't need those founders anyway. Insulin Violence says he didn't give details, so we're not sure if he did it, like actually booted them from the company officially. I think they're still technically allowed to be in the company and go to the webinars and do that. He's just not going to show up anymore, promote them anymore, anything like that. Technically, though, he took that one bank, declaring them a scam, as if all of Bangladesh had booted him out, which wasn't the case. It was just one bank that was like, listen, we're not going to let you, if you're using us, buy this thing. And also, we believe it to be a scam. So if you ever end up somehow at our bank and you're using it, we might rat you out. For being in a scam. That was basically what they said, right? is that it's illegal to be in a scam, and they believe this to be a scam. So Ash just kind of went, yeah, fuck all of them in that whole area. Just fuck them. We don't need them. And announced it on a stream, but I don't know if he did anything to like remove them from the company. I bet you he's still taking their money if they want to be in it. I just think it's funny because he does that to them. In the meantime, though, the USA's Security and Exchange Commission is suing him for $108 million, but he doesn't want to leave the US, huh? And that was very unfair to me. Yeah, he'll be like, it's solved. I don't know what that means either. And I can't officially tell you, like, yeah, he removed all of them from the company or anything like that because I don't know. But if they are still there, my guess is he is treating them like shit and not including them as much as possible, which isn't a bad thing for them, by the way. It would be better for them to get out of this, honestly. So
create more money. That's beautiful. That's everything in a package that you could possibly want, and that's what Onpassive has been looking for and building around us.
These two do.
When we're thinking so small, in this universe of Onpassive is saying, we're going to show you a way to make money. And
oh God, the universe of Onpassive. Now that was cringe.
And we're going to show you that when you make the money, how you can have the money make money. It's powerful. It's mind blowing. And these are things that have always run through my head. We didn't hear, but last night when all this was broke down, oh, I love it. And this is great for anybody. And I don't even care if you understand or you don't. It's not the end of the world. Just know this. You could not.
Like, could you maybe show us the first penny you made? I'm not counting the O coin.
Will not be in a better place than Onpassive, ever. So please, whatever you do, boom, okay? Please, keep walking with us.
See, like, Devil's Advocate says it probably means he's going to ignore it from now on and doesn't want to talk about it anymore. I'm thinking that that's probably what it means when he says the problem there solved. Because I don't want to say this like officially, but I personally can't see him actually removing them from the company because he likes their money. If they're going to be willing to pay him for OConnect, he's of course going to take the money, right? With who he is as a person, right? So I almost don't really see him actually being like, no, you guys have to leave. But like I said, I do see him ignoring them, never going on their webinars, never talking about them on other webinars. Like when he pumps up all the other teams, they'll just never be mentioned. And like also him telling everyone else to kind of shaft them as well. Like we won't see Marty and Chris over there. Mike Ellis won't be over there. Like, do you know what I mean? Almost like they were all in the Mormon church and it was time to shut. Okay? It'll kind of be like that kind of a culty thing. And then he'll just kind of ignore them. They could still be there running their business if they want to ignore the scam warning, which I do not suggest you do, by the way. The bank have your best interest and your money in mind. And like just pretending like they're not even there. You know, like because they can ignore it, keep working the business. But again, Ash will just pretend that they don't exist. And then if you bring it up to him, he's probably not going to really even touch on it. Does that all the time. It's powerful like a good laxative and equally productive. Right? They've had a lot of backlash lately, especially in a lot of the Facebook groups. I did a short little video on it where I showed some of it. A lot of people are actually getting fed up with them not being paid yet. Like they really are. They're starting to kind of like speak up and be like, I still don't have money. Where's my money? where the fuck is my money? And it's quite a lot. And the Recovering Hunbot has had a lot of people go over there and speak out. I've even had a couple people come over here to speak out. So they are getting a bit more pushback than they have from their actual founders. You know, like Chris is all
that
upset.
negative YouTube channel has got more founders on it than I do on my own YouTube channel. And it breaks my heart.
He's very, very heartbroken.
Stop going there.
Doesn't want you to watch the Recovering Hunbot or myself.
She wants to be the first to make us look silly.
So he's a little upsetty spaghetti right now at us.
Let me see. Other people. Now we have the first phase of the huge product done. We do it all the way. Anything Onpassive does, they do massive beyond what you could imagine.
That's only true with marketing. I will say, when it comes to marketing, boy, do they ever put a lot of money into their marketing. I'm pretty sure that's where any money that Ash made that went back into Onpassive at all, which wasn't much, by the way, but any that did, it would have all gone into marketing. Like, they're on one of the Hyderabad fucking train stations. They're up on the Burj Khalifa as often as possible. They'll buy ad spaces during television shows and like FIFA, sporting events. And they put a lot of money into marketing and advertising this shit. It's funny because I haven't seen like YouTube ads. I was expecting to like start seeing those. And it's funny because I haven't really seen any. But I mean, they are all over YouTube, constantly uploading this shit and those little ads that they do and whatnot. So it's not like they're not on this platform. And a lot of the marketing's over the top. So I will say that for sure is true. In terms of products and everything else, no, they under-deliver.
Later in the year, we will share with you how to let the money work for you. Beautiful. Not sure what the right word is. He had to be careful. Like I said, got to be careful what you're saying. You really do. And we want to be legit. But Onpassive, no matter, and everyone knows it's in Onpassive. The big deal for Onpassive is ethical and do it the right way. Because you want to be around for a while. You don't want to be, always dodging, be up front. Be clean, ethical, and you don't have to worry about looking over your back. Okay? Fourth sector, OAI Media. The AI unit under O Media has a bunch of huge partnerships across the globe. And one of the things we were able to develop over the last year specifically is having integration of media and robots and machines. Now, we have seen, there was one done not too long ago with Ash, where it's an avatar, an AI avatar is the best way I can explain it. And he's talking, and obviously it's his voice, the synchronized, the way the mouth is moving. That's a big deal.
Oh my God, no, it's not.
Kind of moving a little bit.
It really is not a big deal. And it looks ridiculous, by the way. Who is the toe with glasses on the left? That's Marty DeGarmo. Like, the thing with Ash, honestly, it looks kind of silly. And AI, fake people made with AI, is not exactly a new concept. Okay, to say that that's like brand new, like as if Onpassive created it too, like that's completely wrong though. That's not even a thing. And I think it looks ridiculous when they do the fake Ash speaking things. I've made fun of it a whole bunch of times over here. It doesn't even look real. And that's not new. It's not new technology. It's just not.
Phenomenal. That's what kind of stuff that we're part of. And it just keeps branching out and getting bigger and bigger. And I want you to picture Onpassive as a big redwood. You see this massive tree, but underneath the roots go miles out and miles deep. that's where you get the strength of the company, right? So that's what we're in. Just trying to wrap your head around. That's what we're in. OConnect update. Presentation, whiteboard, sector host, and co-host can do collaboration work. All of this assigned with H and C can doodle and draw together. We've done it. It's cool. Anybody can. The co-host and co-host. In presentation mode as well, calibration is possible. Attendees can request the speaker. Okay, this is cool. So if somebody wants to come, maybe you're talking about something and somebody knows a lot about it. You wouldn't know. You got 10,000, and they can put their hand up, and the host can see people and the attendees that have their hand up. And they can go look, boom, and add them if they want. Pretty cool. Tuesday, the 16th of January, we are going to have a new release of OConnect. I can't wait. OConnect already blows me away, but we are fine-tuning that. Visuals may not look different, but we will not have to refresh. Okay, there, that's it right there. And the next, and then next thing will be auto scaling. Auto scaling is powerful. That means, like I said earlier, and the more needed, the more given. The less needed, the less given. And it can do it automatically. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. This Tuesday will take us to the next level of performance. Whether 5 people or 1 million people, looping will be gone.
Okay, so this Tuesday. Now, what do you think's going to happen if the O-founders hold them to Tuesday? Do you think, A, it will come on Tuesday, their lives will change come Tuesday, everything will go as planned, or B, Tuesday will come and go, nothing will happen, all right? And then when they're like, hey, what happened to everything you promised us on Tuesday? Marty will do a big speech about how they don't give dates and deadlines and how it's not fair that people hold Ash to them.
It will be faster.
Which one?
OConnect will reach new heights in performance, audio speed, at the same time, simultaneously, okay? Number of sessions open at the same time. It's going to be able to handle an influx of not only one webinar with tens of thousands of people, but thousands and tens of thousands of webinar with tens of thousands of people. So it's a big, big deal. And that's where we're going. We have to go there. Why? It's going to go viral. Listen, you guys seen all the other ones. I mean, you've seen them. We've worked with them. There's nothing like OConnect. Not even close. And I'm not putting anybody down. They're just not, you know. So, and people can come look for themselves. You decide. OConnect will reach new heights of performance on okay. Right now, speakers are different layout. Okay. As everyone knows, when you're attending, you see a little different than you do as a speaker. That's all being done. When you're going to see exactly what the speakers see, you're going to see as an attendee. That's beautiful. Okay.
They've gone back and forth with the saving humanity since the beginning. Honestly, it comes in phases. They go back and forth because people join Onpassive for different reasons, right? So some people join for the community, the commodities. Some people join for money and fame. Some people maybe join because they want to save the world. And so in order to make sure that they can recruit all different types of people, not only will MLM companies often have a product for everyone, which is why they all have like 500 million different products, you know? It's so that no matter who you are, as they'll say, they'll use it as like a selling point. You'll find something that you like that you'll want to sell. This one just straight up tells you it will be OConnect at the moment because that's the only one you can sell. But a lot of people are in Onpassive because of the whole Obless thing. And about a year ago, they went through this whole phase where they were really, really pumping out Obless and how they were going to save humanity. And then Obless never came, so then they had to switch it to making it all about the commission that was coming to kind of keep people's attention and also speak to the different reasons that people join. So when they feel like you're getting stir crazy, right? Because they've promised you a bunch of stuff, it never comes. So of course you start questioning. They kind of switch it up. They'll be like, oh, well, the money must be, people are starting to complain about not getting money. So let's take their mind off the money and let's start talking about how we're going to save humanity. It was like 2 years ago now that Ash did his whole speech about how he was sent down from God to save the world and how ONPASSIVE is his means for saving the world with OBLESS. So it kind of like comes and goes, the reason for joining this thing. And right now they're concentrating on the commissions and they're concentrating on the new products coming, but very soon nothing's going to happen. And then they're going to have to switch it back to the saving humanity. So they're kind of getting ready for that again. Going viral since 2020, technically since 2019, really though. Because at one of Ash's first big webinars, which was, I believe, in 2019, it wasn't really doing much in 2018. But come 2019 is when he really started to do the webinars. And it was in one of those first ones that he was kind of like, this is going to go viral. This company's going to go viral. You're going to want to be a part of it because we're changing the internet, blah, 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 blah. OConnect's been allegedly going viral since 2022, though. The only thing that Ash will rain down on the founders will have passed through his kidneys, right? How do Chris and Marty pay for their bills if this is their full-time gig? Both of them are retired, so I believe that they are living on pension. And they're making like AdSense money, so they put ads on these. I usually download them so that we don't have to sit through the ads. Every once in a blue moon, I'll react to one live and you'll kind of see ads throughout it. So they live on AdSense money. And I also believe that Ash pays them in super chats oftentimes, as we've seen. And he could be giving them some money under the table for their mouth, their lip service. And Marty might be on some disability, or they might both be. I don't really know. He also got other family members involved. They too have gold fever. It's terrible. Yeah, unfortunately, they tell you to sign up all of your friends and family, right? Ash is paying them for doing their lives. A lot of people believe that. And I've seen proof of them getting large super chats in the form of $200, $300 super chats from Ash for these. But I can't say for sure that he's like handing them a check under the table. I'm just figuring, and a lot of other people are figuring as much because, again, how are they living? They need some.
It's a different layout. On
going.
Saturday the 20th, attendees will see the same as speakers. Boom, that's what he said. That's Saturday the 20th. That's a week from this Saturday coming, okay? And a more modern design. Cool. They just finished 5.5 hours before the webinar, and what we were in last night was part of this new robust.
That is probably what they're gonna do, Kanani. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised.
Cloud-based.
No, they're forking it from somewhere. It won't be their own. Nothing is. Everything is stolen in this company that they do have.
AI cloud-based computing, backup for the company, database, data center, all that. AI components for OConnect.
There it is.
Translation,
Data center.
closed caption, video background, noise cancellation, text to speech. We have been working on for over a year, and we have reached something We have reached something that is unable and many times we chose not to bring to the market because we knew we could raise the bar. They want to make it, if it's not wow, it's not Onpassive. Let's just.
That sounds so ridiculous, especially when you were here watching how they released OConnect and how it's still not working to this fucking day. Just to hear them say something like that, it's like just lying. Marty can just come out here and look people in the eyes and like lie to them and be like, when Onpassive releases something, it's in perfect condition and it's amazing. They will only release the best. In the meantime, the OConnect is still down for most of us.
Let's keep it that simple. If it's not, doesn't give me the wow factor, they're not going to do it. Okay. Our focus is to find the right balance of cost effective. Look, they don't want to make this. It's a fine line, right? You want to be boom above everybody else, right? Stratosphere, but you don't want to be a stratosphere because of cost, right? So you want the cost below everybody else and the quality above everybody else. So it's a fine line. It's a lot. It takes work. But the beauty of Onpassive is, as they create the technology, they will be updating. It's not like most companies where they try to build it as cheap as they can and they milk it for as long as they can. No.
What? I love how they throw shade at other companies for what they are actually doing. It's great.
It's always being updated and better and better and better with.
And they're also the only company that will need to shut down the entire thing to update it. Like when they go to update the website, the whole website will be crashed. And then everyone's like, the website's not working. And then they go, it's okay, guys, they're just updating it. And everyone goes, okay, good. And I'm sitting over here watching this happen in some Facebook group somewhere. Just like, okay, but why do you have to crash the whole website and take it down just to update it? Like, you're the only company that has to do that. That's not a good thing. Like, that's worrisome. That's what the hell, dude? What happened to it?
The cost down and pay you a commission. Go figure. I'll wrap up. We are now going to discuss price on the team. Right now, if you have a request pending, you can cancel. Okay. If you put in for a request for withdrawal, it's going to be real soon. You'll see an icon next to it that says cancel pending. Why? You might want to change it. You might want to increase it if you have more commissions.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay. Or if your pending already says approved, there's another icon there where it's a little longer process to say cancel the process. I want to delete that and start over. It might take a little longer, but that'll be an icon too. Wait to see that. You don't need to call Chris, me, Fred, John, Moby Dick, nobody. When it's back there, it'll be there. Okay, it'll be there when you see it. It's there.
Look at Chris. Chris thinks Marty is like the funniest person in the whole world.
Some of the problems that we heard about in Bangladesh.
He said call Moby Dick.
The deaths have been sorted out and cleared out. We are onboarding a complete compliance expert to clear and fix mistakes that founders have been making. Okay, here's what that means.
Yeah, what does that mean? What are the mistakes that founders have been making? And how are you going to put the mistakes on them? When really, again, they're just repeating what you say and what Ash says.
When you have a founder make a post like some crazy statement, you're going to make $1 trillion in 6 hours and 40 minutes if you come in Onpassive. Well, what a jackass thing to do. It hurts the company. It hurts us. And listen, I'm telling you right now, I've been doing this 20 years. You have to dumb down.
I've been doing this MLM thing for 20 years. I've failed it so much, I'm over here now. And I'm broke. Becoming one with my chair. But you should totally trust me on this and what I do. in the next 20 years.
Onpassive to make it even sound real now. It's got more than people could imagine. If you told everybody exactly what they get, they would think it's too good to be true. So why blow it up bigger than that? Why do people do that? Why are we shooting ourselves in the foot? I take that personal. I've got many friends and family, and I mean family around the world, that are in Onpassive, and they love it and they took the journey. If you want to stand in the way of the journey and create a problem for other founders, and I see it, I will rat you out. I mean, yeah,
Whoa!
make no bones.
You guys heard it here. Marty will rat you out. You're probably just repeating what he or Chris said, or what Red said. But Marty will rat you out.
About it. You know, people hide, I'm going to go tell on him. No, I'll tell you to your face. I'm telling on you.
I'm going to tell on you. Boo-boo.
Okay, so stop it. I don't care what country you're from.
I promise you, nobody pubs this thing up more than these two jackasses do. So it's funny to hear this coming from them.
United States, anywhere. You post something that you know is not true, and I see it, or my friends see it, or Chris sees it, or Red, or many people, you're going to get the wrath of a foot up your bagoopa, okay? It's not right. They have enough trouble without making up these lies.
Rip off everyone
please,
around the
don't
world.
Do that. It's not necessary. We will have more instructions on withdrawal coming to avoid charges from merchants. Okay, please, this is a news.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Marty is going to rat you out. He'll be like, hey, you need to stop doing that. You need to.
Wait.
Don't do that. I'm ratting you out.
Blast. This is one of the most important things I could possibly say to you. If you made a payment for OConnect, there's a thing to follow in the update. Go look at it, tell you exactly what to do. Do not call your bank and say, I want this payment withdrawn. That's a chargeback. That costs the company up to $400. Now, if somebody's doing it deliberately, I hope you go to jail. But if you're doing it and you think, well, I'm just going to go get it myself. No, please. There's a lot of things. I get mad at people like, well, I would rather you come to me and say, I paid twice. Can you help me? Yes. Do not go to your bank and ask for money back. That puts a flag into the bank. Who is this Onpassive? It gives a flag to the merchant. What kind of business are you running? You see what I mean? Think about what we're doing. I mean, Chris gets 900 phone calls a day. Make that one the one. That's important. We want to help you. But really, all you got to do is go to the update, do what it says. Give the information.
Yeah, I guess because it sucks, so then that means that they're going to make it better. So I guess if you twist it like that, then it becomes a selling point. But that's like everything here, you know? I would rather bitch it directly to Ash. I do not enjoy getting founders frustrated. Yeah, it's hard to get to Ash though now, right? He's not really around as much. No one's going to jail for chargebacking Onpassive. No. He is running out of processors. He is. And it's my understanding too that news spreads in that area. So once several of these turn you down, it kind of gets out that you're a scam. So that it just becomes really hard to get a merchant. And that's part of what their problem is, right? You know what I mean? And yeah, they're very against people trying to get their money back. Also, they've shut off the refunds now. They're claiming that you can't get a refund anymore. So if you joined and paid the money, you're shit out of luck. if you want to leave now and get a refund. They say Ash gave it to you for Christmas. Your Christmas gift was your refund. Which I was like, oh, gee, thanks. That was wonderful of you, Ash. Thank you so much. Chris is still looking at his Grindr profile. He's trying to find Marty Johnson.
How you paid and relax. Do not go to your bank and make it look like the company took something from you. That's not what happened. So please don't do that. It can make a lot.
So yeah, people have been doing that. That's beautiful. I love that. Do that more. Go to your banks and say, shit, I made a purchase that I didn't mean to. It was accidentally to a scam. They talked me into it. I would like my money back. The S.E.C. is looking into these people, damn it. Do it as often as possible and as many banks as you can.
The problems, and there's no reason to do it. It will get sorted. And the other thing I want to say, when you make a payment and you're not sure if you did or you didn't, don't make another one.
But you tell them to.
I don't give a crap if you think it did, it didn't, and you waited. Wait.
You literally tell them to wait 24 hours and then try it again. You're like, oh, if it doesn't show up on your bank statement, then do it again. And now you're like, just don't do it. Do you know how we solve this? Just don't buy OConnect, guys. If you're a founder out there, just don't buy it. Then you don't have to worry about any of these silly rules. There you go. Solve the problem. You leave the
Wait
scam.
until the next day. Then check out your bank. Is it there? No. Double check as much as you can before you go to make another payment. And my payment didn't go through, so I did it 3 times. And then I noticed, wait a minute, I paid 3 times. And then go to your bank and say, hey, they got 2 extra payments. They're not looking at it like that, okay? It creates a problem.
But, oh my God. Again, this is kind of Onpassive's fault for being a scam and fucking around with merchants and whatnot. So now, like, payments aren't being processed. People aren't sure if they're going through. There's no way of them to actually fully know. You're telling them to wait 24 hours and then try again. There was a time where you were telling them to just wait an hour and try again. And now what's happening is I'm sure a bunch of those, like, payments are in a queue, as you guys put it. And as if everything's done, like, manually. And that they have someone on a computer going through every single payment one at a time. So now a bunch of them are getting processed, right? So people are going to end up paying for OConnect 6 times when they only need to pay for it once. And this was like what I was wondering about. Because there was a problem because of this, but then also in terms of people who have 10 different O-Founder accounts. Like, they don't need to buy OConnect 10 different times, but then you guys were telling them to. And what's going to happen is all of a sudden they're going to have 10 different OConnects taken out of their damn bank accounts. And there goes all their money. Because they're not making money here. They haven't made any of this back yet. It's coming soon. Remember? So it's like, of course they're going to go to their banks then. And they're going to be like, listen, these guys told me to pay and then wait an hour and then try again if it didn't go through. It didn't go through. So I did that. And now they're putting them all through. And money is leaving my account. Like, right? Like, you can kind of see how that could become a problem there. That's an issue. We can't have that happening. That's not good. And in that case, yeah, people do have to go to their banks and let them know. And be like, they claimed they were having a problem with processing payments. So I had to just keep trying. And now they're processing all of them. What the fuck? And see, if you did things properly and legally, then this wouldn't be a problem. No, it wouldn't be a problem. The poor founders are always in trouble. I know and they put it on them. It's like, okay, but you're the ones that told them to. They're taking instructions from you guys and Ash. So, okay, you have a group of people, all right? They don't all know each other. They may be all in this scam together, but I highly doubt every single one knows each other. When they're all making the same mistake over and over and over again, Is it because of them, or is it because of the people they're taking instructions from? After a while, you got to start thinking, how are all these people that are not connected all doing the exact same thing, quote unquote, wrong? Right? It's like a whole group of them every time, too. And they're like, where did they get these ideas from? It's like, from you. Like, they're literally doing what you told them to do. A whole group of them from all different areas of the world are doing this. Obviously, they got the instruction from somewhere. Okay, like, one of you had to have told them to do this. But then every time they're like, those damn founders, they keep going rogue and going against us. It's like, no, that's not what's happening. But okay, just wait a few weeks, as founders are so used to waiting around anyway. That's what they're just told, to have patience. If people are not getting commissions, why should you believe they will refund you overpayments? Yeah, in which case, if I was honestly giving people advice on how to deal with that situation, I would be telling them to go directly to their banks and explaining to their banks about ONPASSIVE and this payment program. And then I would hope that the bank would explain to them that this is a scam. Maybe then the bank could help us get some people out of here. But like, excuse me, they're already sitting out here now and saying, oh, you don't get a refund, right? So you no longer get a refund. You're not getting commissions. So like you said, it's not that big of a stretch to be like, oh, the overpayments aren't going to come back to me anytime soon. And a lot of these people would probably need this money right now. They can't have all these overpayments. I can't believe any new customer would buy OConnect after evaluating the free version. Founders are the only customers making commissions off each other. Yes, as is usually the case in MLMs. Red Redford calls it a log jam. Jesus Christ. Oh, it's a big log. It's a big log of bullshit. That's what it is. As in a blocked toilet? I guess so. That's how they picture it here, right? That's apparently how the merchants work. I find it amazing that people actually listen to a 20-year failure of not making any money or having any success to hold such a high standard. It's funny because it's been so normalized with multi-level marketing and these like get-rich-quick schemes out here on the internet. It's amazing to me too. I often laugh about it. We pretty much laugh about it every time we cover ONPASSIVE or an MLM or one of these like no fap Andrew Tate dudes that want to give young men advice that I like to make fun of. They're also very similar in that way, where they'll be like, I was trying to be an entrepreneur for like 10 years and I failed. And now I'm going to give you advice on how to be an entrepreneur and be successful. You should listen to me. And I'm like, wait, what? Then they're like, and do no fap. And I'm like, it's the only industry where you can like flex your failures, use your failures as riz somehow. And then, and somehow it always leads to, so you should trust me in this one. Listen, I failed at the other 20 years of scams I've done. And this scam I'm in today, you should trust me with and join it with me. And it's like, wait, what? Why would I listen to you? But in a weird way, some people translate that, okay, to being like, oh, the other 20 years, they were getting scammed, and now they found the real deal. And they have experiences with scams for 20 years, so I should listen to them in this one. And it's a little bit of a mind fuck. But that's how some people tend to translate that. And it's because of this hustle culture we have going. It really is. It kind of makes you want to translate it in that way. It's been like so normalized. Marty would make more money on OnlyFans. He probably would. People would pay to see it. OConnect is a generational product. It won't work for generations. Yeah, it brings you generational wealth of $0 for generations to come. Yeah, I failed everywhere, so you don't have to. And a lot of times, too, they'll do the coaching ones, right? You'll see those people, they'll run I'm going to coach you how to run an MLM properly and recruit 5 million people to your MLM in 1 week. They're the ones that do that because of this like weird hustle culture mindset. It's the only place you'll see it is in this weird entrepreneur hustle culture coaching weird mindset area of the internet. Anyone else hears you failed at something for 20 years and they're like, dude, you need a career change. You know? Remember Michael Williams? This might be the one that works. Yeah, it's the whole FOMO thing too. It works when you can join first and push it on everyone you know. And that's the other thing. A lot of people want to hop until they are at the very top of it. So right now, like for Chris and Marty, they found the one that they can be the 1% of. After 20 years of hopping around MLMs, they finally, after Ash Max failed them, made one with Ash Mufareh that would keep them at the top. So they probably do have a higher chance of being really successful here compared to most of the other people in this thing who will all go underneath them and like Mike Ellis and Michael Williams and whatnot.
Slow down, make a payment. Listen, there's delays. I told people before, I made a payment, OConnect. Now, in the bank I belong to, when I made the payment, they send a text. The text says, did you make this payment? Yes. The problem is the notification from the bank on the text took too long. So the payment was canceled. It was canceled because the security and Onpassive was quicker than the bank notifying me. So when I did get the message, I said, yes. They said, okay, the next 30 minutes, try it again. It went through, no problem. But I waited. Until they said. So please try to do that.
See, so now they're going to say that that's what happened. You didn't wait. We told you to be patient. You didn't wait enough. It's all your fault. Didn't work out.
Let the company take care of it. I can see if the company's not going to take care of it. They will. Trust me, they will.
They will.
Okay.
So you should trust him. You should trust him. Because he says that they're going to take care of you, so you should just trust that they're going to take care of you. Because he says so. I think we need to take just a short little break. We're about halfway done, I believe. About halfway done. This thing's quite long in comparison. They usually go for about half an hour. This one's almost an hour long. Violet said, when ONPASSIVE fails, Marty's next gig will be mukbangs. I would probably like to watch those more than these, to tell you the truth. It would be more interesting. If you work hard in ONPASSIVE, you will never need to experience success. It'll never come to you. Gurus have endless courses to help you earn, though. Yes, as long as you pay them endless amounts of money. Marty is happy he got his payment in. Yeah, I believe it would have also been on sale for $195 US. Wonderful. ONPASSIVE will have endless courses to help you cope with failure. Hopefully on Academy, which we haven't heard about a lot. You know what I mean? Maybe it's the cell company's fault. They took too long to send the SMS. Maybe. Thank you for being here. I understand. We're taking a little break now, though. This was requested by someone. I don't even remember who requested it of me. But I understand not being able to really take in much of Chris and Marty. But I figured it would give everyone a laugh. It was requested that I play this at some point. So I thought, you know what? It's 5 minutes. It'll make a good commercial break. So we'll be right. Yeah.
We're onboarding a complete compliance expert. That is fantastic. Now, let me tell you something. The compliance expert he's not looking, oh, there's Marty DeGarmo, there's Chris, there's so-and-so, he's this, no, bull crap. And I love it.
Doubt it.
It shouldn't matter who we are. We do something wrong, you should get slammed for it, right? Because the company's bigger than any one individual. So if you're going to put something on and you got in your mind, I wonder if this is okay. No, it's not. Because if you're doing something, you can ask somebody. It takes seconds.
But at the same time, see, like, you guys just did a whole speech where you told them all not to call you if they had a problem, right? And then now you're saying, oh, well, if you're thinking, oh, geez, am I allowed to do this? You can always reach out to us. Very mixed messages. So I feel like founders that are in this thing, they're never sure if they're allowed to even reach out to you or not. Like, real talk here, if I was in this thing, I would have no clue. I hear you saying, if you have a question, reach out. But like I said a few moments ago, you were all like, you shouldn't even have a question about that, blah, blah, blah. So you could see how people would maybe be turned off from getting a hold of you then in those moments. I'm just saying, you got to pick one. Either it's okay and you're available to everyone to reach and ask questions, and even if they're silly, or just a problem they're having, or you're not okay with it. You don't want to be reached at all. Pick one. But stop going back and forth. Nobody knows what to expect here and what they're supposed to be doing.
You could find out with somebody, would this be okay to post? You're going to make $1 trillion in 17 seconds. Nah, I don't think that's good. I mean, come on. Some of it's common sense. Anyway, we're onboarding, but I'm good. Then we will be hunting for those making inaccurate claims. They're going to be hunting for people that make inaccurate claims. Everybody in the world knows what hunting means. They're going to be looking for people doing this.
We've been doing that the whole time. Never stopped you before. I just say. Also, I just want to bring up, he just kind of threw shade at silly questions again, right at the end of that whole speech. Oh, it's okay for you to contact us. Oh, but a lot of this is common sense, so you shouldn't have to. Again, mixed messages. Is it okay to contact you with everything that they have a question about? Or to check up to see if they're breaking compliance, which is the other thing. There is no, compliance in ONPASSIVE. There is no real list of, do's and don'ts. Everyone just kind of talks out their ass and then repeats what other people say and speculates, like even these guys speculate. Redfern is very much known for speculating. He'll be like, well, this isn't what they said is going to happen, but I'm just going to talk for 10 minutes about what I think might be happening with this, So it's hard to really make these statements like don't say anything out of line. There is no compliance here. There's no list of rules. Again, so people don't really know what to say and how to act. I mean, we have Gersman are claiming that they've partnered with Google. You haven't partnered with Google for fucking anything. So is he going to get in trouble? You got to rat him out, Marty. It's ridiculous. Thomas says maybe his preferred form of contact is interpretive dance. Maybe that'll work. The compliance person is going to have to watch 300 hours of lies every day. His life must be flashing before his eyes. And that's another thing, is when you have so many people talking about it all the time and you're telling everyone to do these webinars as often as possible, it becomes really hard to keep track of everything that people are saying. So even if they had a compliance, things would still slip through.
Newsflash. Red found one this morning. Now it's gone, but somebody did it hours after the meeting. I'm sorry. I don't care what language you are. Listen.
Yeah, listen, guys. You really gotta stop doing that. All right? You gotta quit.
Quit.
All right? Just
Stop going there.
stop it.
You know well enough what hype is. It was written in English,
Oh, Lord.
so don't do it, please.
Okay, but Marty, English isn't a first language for a lot of people in this thing, so that was kind of rude. It's written in English, he says to the many viewers that English is not their first language, so that doesn't help them at all.
He said we're almost ready to launch debit cards for India. Boom, baby. Now, my brothers and sisters in India, if it's not there in 20 minutes, do not write and call people. The card will be ready when the card is ready. They're not going to have the card ready and not tell anybody, hey, we got the card ready. Don't tell anybody. What the freak would that be? They want you to know. So just stay cool. Don't get ahead of yourself. Wait for things to come. They will be very clear when it comes. Grab it. Beautiful. That's a great thing for India. I love it. Because the card you'll be able to pay and receive commissions. Wow.
Yeah, again, though, no commission plan has been made, so there's nothing explaining any of this. You'd have to sign one of those before it actually mattered, but whatever.
Today's news search BTC ETF approval. I just played that video. It's a big deal. It's a game changer. People will be able to sell and buy cryptocurrency. Crypto is about to boom. Yeah, no doubt about. With that news, boom, I just wish I had about 500 Bitcoin. I'm just kidding. You wouldn't need that much. Okay, the A-bomb is done.
Boom, baby, boom. He hasn't said that in a while. That used to be his thing.
Coming to us soon. He did not say 12:05 today. He did not say next Tuesday at 7:10. It's coming when it's ready. Why can't, let's just stay cool. You know it's coming. Everything they've done so far has happened. It's going to happen. It's already done.
Stay
And
cool.
it sounds like it's a big deal. Hey, Mom?
Wait.
Anyway, allocation of customers. This is a big one. I want to tell you, this is a big, and I'm going to tell you what part of it
Again, though, talking about it doesn't mean anything. All of this would have to be put in writing in some kind of independent contractor-like contract, like all the other MLMs have, right? Where it says, like, when you sell this amount of product, your commission will be this percentage, and you agree to all of this.
love the most. He's going to go by timestamp of allocating these people that have been in holding. Perfect.
What?
It's the way it should be.
Can you elaborate on that some?
Then he's going to go by, did you pay for a product? No, I said a product. Now, next, feed from the bottom up.
Well, Marty, right now you can only pay for one product. So, geez, I wonder what one he's talking about.
And the top down. That means the guy at the bottom, even if he doesn't have anybody, it was an old date, but he came in early, he's going to start getting people sooner. I love it. I love it. I want everybody from the last person that came in as a founder in 2022 June to get as many people as the company can give them. You know why? Because that's why I came here. And everybody that's successful makes everybody successful. It's not brain surgery. The more people that are successful, the more people that are successful. It just builds a concrete foundation. I want all of you to be so successful you can't believe it. I'm not kidding. I'm okay. I'm going to be okay. This is exactly what I believed the company was 5 years ago, and it's even bigger and better than I thought. So
they're putting them underneath people in order, and they're claiming that every single person, but again, that's not going to be fair in the long run, right? Because then you're going to have a bunch of people that are signing up people, and then they're going after underneath people that like aren't doing anything. Yeah, people aren't going to like that after a bit.
You think, well, I don't have anybody, and I'm going to get no. Does your timestamp matter? You just heard last night. You darn right it does. And we knew it did. But please, this is perfect. This is perfect. Don't walk ahead of ONPASSIVE. Do yourself a favor. Hold on, at least stay updated. Because some people that are not updated want to know what's going on 7 weeks from Thursday. Why? You don't even know what's going on now.
Exactly. That's a problem, though. Like, they're like, I'm supposed to put my generational wealth dependence on this and all my money into this and have faith that this is going to bring me money, and then I'm not even allowed to know what the fuck is going on like next week? That's an issue.
So learn what needs to be on and stay updated. Everybody, listen, 5 years. I know I don't tell you how many lives I did, but okay, a few. 7 days a week, a few. I try so hard. I want everyone to know what I know, even if it's 1%. That would mean no more to me. I mean, that's ultimate to me. Okay. Allocation of customers, big.
Well, I think we just figured out what the problem was here, eh?
Feed the bottom. Feed the bottom and feed the top and meet in the middle. Perfect. Okay. They were going to do that in December, but it wasn't right. They wanted to give a little more time for those struggling and could not submit a payment, just in case someone felt they were not given enough chance. Okay. Given another month. Okay. So anyway, after Tuesday, January 16th, the time is up. And everybody knowing what they know, especially how the customers are going to be handed out. If you still have reservations about starting this engine and owning a product, you never will. And if at this point, if you need to be talked into it, I wouldn't do it.
Jesus
My opinion.
Christ.
Because it's
that's going to age awfully, right? Because trust me, you have to be talked into buying this, especially when you go to use OConnect and it's like not working and it's crashed. Imagine how much talking into buying it would happen, right? Like, picture yourself as an O founder in this, just for the hell of it. And your job is to sell OConnect and then try to use it to have them join this thing to also sell it underneath you or the next person in line, I guess, to have someone put under them. Right? Just kind of picture that for a second. And then imagine, you find some poor sob. Okay, some poor sob out there. He agrees to buy it from you. So you bring him into the back office, right, to take a look around, try it out. And he goes to try it out, and it won't even fucking load. Like, you're going to have to do some talking there to explain why that is. Even if you give the whole, like, bullshit excuse that they give, right? Oh, it means that they're updating it, so it's going to be even better when it does load. We just got to wait a little bit. Trust me, join, pay for it, and you won't regret it. You got to do a little bit of kind of talking them into it. And now people are going to be faced with this issue. And Marty's like, if you have to be talked into it, then don't do it. Well, there goes all your fucking customers then. Right? Like, it's just not a good idea, Marty. I feel like you're going to regret that. Especially when you're trying to sell it to the government. Yeah. And then the privacy's awful in it. There's no security.
just maybe not for you. But I'm telling you,
It's not for anyone.
I hope you don't go that way. I think it'd be the biggest mistake you ever made.
I know that you should not have a fear of missing out. There is no way possible you will be able to miss out on this. As before this company even starts, okay, they're already trying to get $108 million back from them. So I can ensure you and promise you that if you leave this, you will not be missing out on any future opportunities in technology whatsoever. Everything is old here. All right? None of it's new ideas, none of it's innovative, not one bit of it. Even the future ideas aren't. So there's that. And then even when this thing starts making money, think of it as already starting at minus 108 million. Okay? The S.E.C. wants them to pay that back. So they're already technically minus $108 million. And then they owe everyone in it right now. All the O founders. Like, you're not going to miss out. The most you'll miss out on is if you paid the $97 to join it, or if you paid for the O Connect. You might miss out on that money. And that sucks. But it's a lot better to get out now before you have to buy O Connect again in future. In order to sell it, you have to buy it. They set it up like that on purpose. Just semi-illegal, but anyway. Get out now so that is your only loss. You don't want to end up down the line looking back and realizing you lost thousands upon thousands of dollars in this. All right, losing a few hundred, that's enough.
I do have a blueprint on how we will do it. The ratio of scenario varies. Below is the sample. He said first paid founding members, date and stamp. Perfect. First paid O Connect. Perfect. The newest affiliate sign up with no one on their team. Music to my ears. And it should be music to a lot of people's ears. The next 5 or 6 products, first sale 100%. That is disgustingly mind-blowing, change your pants 5-time news. Every product, the first sale, no matter what order, it doesn't even have to be the guy that bought the first O Connect. It could be the lady that buys the first O Tracker. 100% commission. Are you kidding me? That's not.
Again, it has to be in writing for it to really matter. You can sit here and say it all you want. Ash can sit there and say it all he wants. Put it in writing and then actually start giving it to people. That's not sustainable in a business to give 100% commission. It just isn't.
It doesn't happen. So do we really need to hype that? Come on. And then everything after that, 25%?
It doesn't happen because it literally does not work. The business itself does have to make some money, at least to put back into the technology that they're inventing, allegedly, the marketing, things like that. That's usually what the profit of the company goes into, okay? So if the company isn't profiting at all, then it's not going to have money to make anything better, to do these alleged updates that are coming in the lights. Unless you're trying to say that Ash is using the $108 million he already made for all of that, but he already took his wife to the spa and bought groceries and stuff. So that money's gone.
Oh my God. Not every product has the same pay structure. So what that means is, I'm going to give you an example, best I can. If the product is a 6-month product, could be, I don't know, 3 months, 6 months, whatever. And it's a higher,
I think he's at home.
More money because it's more months. Some companies might want a bigger package, longer time.
Here we go.
I'm not talking about individual. Just let's hear me out. So let's say it's $1,000. You're going to make $250 commission. What? Okay, unicorns kicking through the freaking barn right now. Anyway, so I'm just saying, this is crazy. Okay, activate your account on Onpassive. Second payment can be any product you choose. O Connect does not have to be your first product. That was asked. But okay, newsflash. That was asked. I get it. I get the question from people. I don't want O Connect. I'm going to wait. Okay, but if they start allocating this first load of people, which could be over 1 million, 2 million, we don't know, it's a lot, then that allocation will already be in the process of being divvied out. So if you wait a month to buy the next product that comes out, or maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks, you will not be in that first rotation. And if I'm wrong, I'll get a phone call. Oh, I'm getting a phone call. No, I'm just kidding. I believe that.
But that doesn't make sense because you just said that it doesn't matter what the product is that they buy. And now you're saying it does matter what product they buy. But now you're getting a phone call.
That's exactly how
How convenient.
it works. The second sale to infinity, you heard me right, to infinity
and beyond
is 25%.
Okay.
Okay. OConnect does not.
So it's not 100% commission then. It's 25% commission, which is actually pretty normal in multi-level marketing.
Have to be your first. Okay, we got that. All products must be purchased, but you have to own it.
See?
To receive commission.
That's technically illegal. It is technically illegal to force people to buy a product in order to make money off of it. It is. It's illegal. It goes against the FTC's income laws.
So I want you to virtually go in your mind of your Onpassive mall, yours, and when people come into your Onpassive mall, do you have 12 rows with all the shelves stacked? I do. Because customers are going to come in and they're going to go, I want that. I don't want that. I want that. And trust me, you see what's happening. You're going to be able to get everything in OConnect. I mean, in Onpassive. You'll be able to buy chickens, goats, milk, coffee. I'm just kidding. But I mean, just about everything you could want online, really. Don't look at today. Look at the future. Look what they're doing. This is a crazy, crazy company that just explores and does massive things that nobody else would even think of doing. I love it. I love that. And you should too. All products must be purchased by you to earn commission. IDN, International Domain Name. Look it up and learn. Good idea. That was from Ash. In 2024, I'm sorry, I'm going as quick as I can. What time is it? Oh, no, we're okay. Yeah, we're okay.
10:45.
I'm sorry, Red. Let me go real quick, Chris. Onpassive, we decided to provide the most value at the lowest cost and give ability to be paid. We are AI with heart and on our way to uplifting humanity. We are almost through it. Do it or die. Buckle up for fun. Exciting, incredible year. We have an amazing team. They are more than capable of delivering our goal. I continue to thank you for your commitment and follow us. A giant company is backing you up as far as you want to take it. That's without a doubt. Okay, Muhammad Kamal, what a champion guy he is. If you purchase OConnect after your user customer, your commissions are stored in the credit wallet. Okay, what that means is somebody on your line buys it, it goes into a wallet, and it's there. The only way to take it out is you have to own it. It's that simple. It doesn't bypass you. It stays there waiting for you to do it. Nobody does that. Commissions are usually, they bypass you, not non-passive. Once you pay for OConnect, the commissions will then be moved from the credit wallet to the payout wallet. And I want to thank Daryl Cook, Dan Street, Peter Sir, and the one and only, say it, Chris.
Janet Butler.
Anyway, thank you, everybody. I'm sorry I took so long, but I was so hyped up over this. I just wanted to break it down. It helps me to help you. Anyway, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Johnson. He's got a whopping 3 minutes, and we got to get on. I'm just kidding. Yeah, take your time. We're still okay.
Yeah, Red, it's okay. I'll try to get done, but if not, you can hold off a little bit. We all are excited to hear your recap also. Couple quick things. First of all, happy birthday to Julie Wen and Mike Horde, actually. We hope you have a wonderful day. It started out good for Julie yesterday because she was lit up pretty good. I do have one thing I want to talk about real quick. Let me look at it. So I've been in contact with Renata, Alice, if I said his name right, and Tanya Onpassive about Slavonia. What?
No, that's very good. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah,
Thanks for
yeah,
covering that.
yeah.
I almost.
Slovenia, Croatia, Serbia, Australia, Italy, and I said it out in Montenegro. I can never say it right. So what happened is there's a lot of these individuals, most of them that can't seem to pay. They've been sending us messages. We sent the information into Mohammed, Kamal, and Ash, and Mohammed had asked us to get more stuff, pictures, which they're gathering now. There is no restrictions on these countries. So Mohammed says, let me see what they're getting. So this information Marty has sent over this morning. I just got some more stuff I sent you, Marty. That's going to Mohammed. We're going to figure out if there's any other countries that are like this. Now, these people work together, say where no one's able to get through. Why? So obviously there's a reason. Give Mohammed a couple days, Kamal. He's going to look into it and see what's happening. So if there are other countries out there, now this is a bulk of countries that have been telling me for a couple weeks still can't get through. If you got one of those countries, send it to me, and we'll get.
Wow.
I'm betting when Mohammed and Ash and the team figure out what's going on with those countries, if there's other countries, they'll be able to fix everything. So hang tight with that. We are working on that diligently. I also want you to pay attention to the conviction in Muhammad Kamal's voice last night about when he talks. When Marty puts that video up, it's toward the end. Listen to how he's talking and say, listen to his past.
All right, hold on. Before we get into that, we have a couple things to go through. 1 second here. Just 1 second, please. I just want to take a moment right here just to talk about inventory loading, which is technically what this is. And that's what's going to end up happening, although you don't have physical products, right? And it means the requirement or encouragement by a planner operation that its participants purchase inventory in an amount that exceeds the amount that the participant can expect to resell for ultimate consumption or to consume in a reasonable time period, or both. And see, this is kind of what's happening right now, where they're telling them to buy OConnect from each one of their O-Founder accounts. Like I keep saying, you don't need 30 OConnect subscriptions. You really only need one for your entire house. And over here, the FTC says inventory loading is a term that may be used to describe a participant's wholesale product purchases that are made in an attempt to advance in the marketing program, rather than made to satisfy actual consumer demand in the marketplace for those products. And again, if you're telling people that they have to buy OConnect to sell it, a lot of people are then not going to be buying OConnect in order to use it or just to sell it to the customers. They're buying it to be able to sell it. That's kind of an issue. Just as MLMs involve a variety of structures and products, payments that participants make to advance in the marketing program rather than to purchase product to satisfy actual customer demand can take many forms, such as expenditures to purchase inventory. Right? And then they talk a little bit about how money-back guarantees and refunds are not defenses for violations of the FTC Act. Even where such policies are offered, dissatisfied participants may not seek a refund for a number of reasons, including because they are unaware of the right to a refund, the refund process is too complicated or obscure, or they blame themselves for not being able to sell the product. Okay, and you're not supposed to be doing that over here. Okay, you're not supposed to be forcing them to buy the products in order to sell them. There's been a lot of cases where people have gotten into trouble for that. So I don't think that ONPASSIVE should really be forcing people to do that. That's a bad idea. Let's just take a moment just to go over here. We're going to take a little look-see at the website. It still kind of looks like this. Mine was messing up the other day, which was great fun. I'm going to log into my account in another browser window for a second. And then I'm going to show you what I got going on in my wonderful wallet. So this is what the wallet looks like right here in the OConnect, or the OConnect, the ONPASSIVE OES, the ONPASSIVE Eco System, if you will. All right. This is what it looks like. So as you can see, I have my wallet, and 1 O coin equals $1 US. They're saying, but we'll see. I have 10 O coin, which you get just for coming into the OES, so yay me. And then over here it says total revenue, 0 O coin. And then it becomes a problem to get anything from here into this wallet to then take it out. And that's why people have been complaining. Apparently a lot of people have gotten some O coin, and right now you can't really purchase anything with the O coin other than the O Connect, which doesn't work. But this is kind of what it looks like. So you say, is there such a thing as a credit wallet in the back office? Sounds like blow. This is literally the back office wallet. This is what it is. And I guess their credit wallet would be the O coin credits that you get, which is all that people are getting right now, is they're getting a bunch of O coin. Technically, I guess you could say there's 2 wallets. I think it's all in the same wallet, but it is kind of put into 2 separate accounts. One of them is for your revenue, and as you'll see, my revenue is in O coin, not in US. Right? Mark says, I sent my wife an O mail 6 or 7 weeks ago, and she still has not received it, not even in her spam folder. I think Joe and the Devil's Advocate have both sent emails like months ago that they're still waiting on. It hasn't worked very well at all. But this is kind of what the back office will look like. So I'm assuming that when you get paid, it's going to go in here, but it will be as O coin. And then there isn't really, like I said, a way, like you can go here and click add, and you're brought into this. But then again, you can only pay with crypto here right now. And everything has to be in O coin. And I guess part of the problem is, like I said, you can't take the O coin and put it in US money. So even after they get paid, if it's going into that wallet that's supposed to be this one here, the revenue wallet, I guess you can call it, since it's a different area right here, right? It's going to be an O coin. So a lot of people are very worried as to how that's going to look. Or is it going to be paid out in crypto, since as you can see, you can only put money in there as crypto, and then the crypto gets turned into O coin. I guess they do a conversion in terms of dollars. I don't know how many crypto equals $1 US, but then I guess 1 US would be 1 O coin. So that's kind of how they figure it out, I guess. So that's what it looks like. And that might give you an idea too as to why some people are worried. Because they're figuring even if they get paid within that wallet, it's going to be O coin. And then how are they going to take it out with a bank? Will it have to be moved into crypto, and then you're going to have to somehow turn the crypto into US money? See, it's all very, very confusing. None of it makes much sense.
His caring tone of important things that he's telling us about this pay thing, as far as people paying and chargebacks and all that. It's very important that you listen to that. And I want you to really intervene with your organization exactly what he's saying, especially if it's in a different language. Like Marty said, we already had someone put out a post early this morning, like, you got to be kidding me. Well, we're not sure why that happens, but heed the warning on that, guys, really. Listen, if by now, if you didn't listen yesterday or read the notes, text the note takers, okay, you understand, and I'm going to put it in.
Again, I highly, highly recommend going and watching it over on the Recovering Hunbots channel. She got a way better version of it than we were doing on my channel. I went to go and do it, and I have to be honest with you, I am very glad that I did not stream it, because it's like 5 fucking hours long, 6 hours long. She had to do it in different parts, okay? Because she was trying to get it out, I'm sure, as quick as she possibly could as it was going on. And each part is over an hour or two. It's a lot to upload and process through one of our editing apps as well. I highly do recommend, though, if you're just putzing around your house this afternoon, like I'm going to be in a little bit, just listen to it, just for the hell of it.
In a layman's terms, like I understand it, all right? One product, Connect, I know what it paid out when we started, okay? Now, we all were just concentrating on Connect. Now, times that by 2 more products, 3 more products, 4 more products. Times that by everything else Ash is doing for us. Times that by everything that he opened up with yesterday.
You know what, Louisiana? Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. I don't even know if they're doing the pesos anymore. I don't think they're using that merchant anymore. I think that merchant fell through. The one in Mexico. You're not wrong. That is kind of what they had to do. But now we don't have any dollar amount on there. It's just Bitcoin. And so that's what they were doing, though, right? Is they were kind of like money laundering it through Mexico, if you will. They were sending it to Mexico. And then remember, they had this huge fee that they had to pay because Mexico charges tax on every single dollar that's made outside of Mexico. So it was costing them $17 on top of whatever money they had to pay. Almost like a little tax fee, if you will. And then after all that, then they would have to put it into whatever money they could to get it into the O coin. So it was a big fucking process. Now, I think they're just doing Bitcoin in whatever US or however that would be. So you're going from USD, right? USD to Bitcoin to O coin. And then, like I said, I don't know if there is a way to go from O coin to Bitcoin or USD. And that's kind of where the problem lies. So even if they start getting payments, are they going to be able to get them out? Are they only going to be able to spend any commissions on ONPASSIVE products? Because that would fucking suck. They're sending the money to the O cartels. I mean, technically, yeah, it was a pretty dodgy processor. Because even the dodgiest of processors don't want to be attached to a scam. If anything, they probably want to be attached to a scam even less because they're so dodgy. They're like, listen, we don't need any eyes on us. We're breaking the law over here a hell of a lot already. We don't need a scam connected. And like I said, it sounds like the type of space where just like how if one bank finds out you're a scam, they all find out you're a scam. Very similar. If one payment processor is deemed you a scam, you're probably known as a scam to all of them. And I think this is why they're obviously having problems, even with the dodgy ones.
About what's going on with ONPASSIVE. You're going to understand why Ash Mufareh said a year ago, your dreams aren't big enough. And I want you to take that literally. Individuals that say, I only have one person on the team, baloney. You got 2 million people in holding right now. Where do you think they're going to go? Not all 2 million are going to go to one individual. It's going to be separated out, and it's going to be great. So a lot of people worry about that. You shouldn't. One of the biggest things that they said since I've been in here is Mike Ellis' favorite line, you only need one account. All right? So don't get stressed out for that. I also want to be able to touch on Tuesday and Saturday again because there's a lady in here that asked about it. And Gene, thank you for helping out. Tuesday, Ash Mufareh said, after Tuesday, fingers crossed, there'll be no more refreshing. All right? Everything should be real good as far as watching what we're seeing. Now, Saturday is what the lady was asking. What's going to happen on Saturday? Saturday's the day he said, if you guys realize when you're recording or if you're in the attendees, you can't see everyone on camera. By Saturday, that's all going to be fixed. That's what he was saying. So Tuesday and Saturday, believe it or not, are Big 4 Connect. Now, remember, this is a brand new product. And all of us have been able to beta test this product. And this is the process. You didn't get to beta test Facebook or any of those other platforms. You weren't involved in it. You didn't know the ups
It's
and
always
downs.
evolving. They're always updating stuff. They just don't have to shut down all of Facebook to update it there, Chris.
The bumps and the bruises. The great thing about this is we get to witness, even though sometimes you don't think it's fun, I'm glad about this journey that I get to see everything. The good, the bad, and there really hasn't been any ugly except for one part of it.
There's a lot of ugly over here.
But you know what? I'm proud to be here. This is how I think now. I'm thinking bigger than I ever thought before. I'm not thinking about one.
Maybe that's the problem. Maybe we need to reel it in a little bit. That tended to be Ash's problem too. He would think too big. He really does dream the impossible dream, and then he makes impossible promises. Then he doesn't keep these promises, and it's just like a cycle. Maybe stop dreaming so big.
Stream of income. Now I'm seeing multiple streams of income, especially what Ash Mufareh was talking about yesterday.
Like you didn't see that until now, all of a sudden. With you guys in your, we got 50 products coming out. You're going to be able to sell 50 products. There's going to be 50 products to sell. All of them will cost money. That's 50 streams of income. Shut up, Chris. Now you're just lying.
So, yep, I'm very excited about that. Is everything perfect? No, there's things that aren't so perfect. It's normal. We don't know. We never knew about. Let's ask yourself this. Who the hell here knows how to run a global company? Who knows here how to even start a global company? I thought so. That's my question of the day. I know I don't. All right. Do I know technology?
I don't think you have to know in order to watch this thing going down and think, wow, this is a fucking disaster.
Do I know anything about Bitcoin? I'm learning, and what I found out yesterday about the Bitcoin and all the other stuff is pretty darn cool. And what does that do? It keeps picking up bigger and better.
Wait, scammers like Bitcoin? I'm shocked.
Income thoughts in my head, period. I don't want anyone to worry, but I do want to understand if someone is having an issue in their country where multiple people, not one.
It's not Dr. Ruja, but it is someone that wants to be treated like her. I'm just saying, right? The flashy stuff they spent their money on.
Multiple people in your country are not getting through. That's something that I definitely want to know. That's something that we definitely want to help out with Muhammad Kamal. He was real persistent. Get me screenshots. I want to understand what they're seeing. That's what I love. Listen, you do not just talk to a CEO or the CEO of a company. We are fingers access away. If you guys need something.
They're usually a little bit too busy. They're actually working. The fact that Ash can just drop what he's allegedly doing at any time to come on the webinar as a special guest, that should be a red flag to you. Okay, it's not because all CEOs suck. Most of them do, yes. Okay, I got you. But at the same time, most of them are actually working. Ash isn't working. It's not the flex you think it is. And isn't Chris quite the hype man? I have to feel like he just shows up to be the hype man, you know? He just comes over to be like, yeah, go on passive. Let's all get excited. I'm going to talk really, really fast and really loud and scream at everyone. Woo! And then that's it.
Let us know. We're going to help. That's how it is. Now, do we like bothering them? No, we don't like bothering them. But important things, we like to bother them. That's the honest to God truth. If I get more than 100 calls or texts on one issue, I trust you, me not. I send that to Ash ASAP. Hey, can you please check this out? Most of the time, they know exactly what's going on, but it's always like a backup. I can't remember what he called me last night when he was joking around, and I said, "Oh no, that's not." Reinsurance. My job, one of the biggest things we have is to protect Ash Mufareh, this company, especially from people that are being fraudulent. You can go to jail for some of that stuff. What's happening?
Yeah, you can. Chris, wake up. You can go to jail one day for this if it keeps going and you don't wake up.
Right now, but he's protecting all of us. When he's talking about protecting Onpassive, about charge, this is all our businesses. All right,
Captain Jerk.
People don't get into business to throw money away. Now, Ash Mufareh got into business to actually create multiple businesses for everyone. But he has to look at the business aspects. Wow, we're losing all this money because people are doing something fraudulent or making mistakes. When we make mistakes about money, it costs that company more money because they got to pay for all those fees. So think about that. Before you do something with pay, think about what you're actually doing.
Are you thinking about the fact that it's being sued for $108 million? That might fuck it up a little bit. Just saying.
That is the honest truth. But I am very excited about what's happening. Two big things. What Ash Mufareh had said yesterday, and we knew nothing about it. That's the honest to God truth. And I'm leaving on Monday to head that way and to meet a lot of people. So I'm very excited. I woke up to 3 inches of snow today. I don't care. Marty says, what are you guys? Listen, come hell or high water, come Monday, I am leaving. I am out. Now, myself and Marty are going to do some tests today. Well, I'm going to be driving around the neighborhood or a little farther up to see how good my hotspot works on the.
Let's just take a minute to read what's on the screen right now, this message. It's a good example of the way that the OAT founders think in this thing. This message right here. It reads, "Thank you so much, Marty and Chris. You are just too amazing. Last night's news was humongous and awesome. My gratitude goes to Ash and all the tech teams. The news is just mind-blowing." And that's about as deep as they think over here.
Computer. So that's what I'm going to do. I am excited. I am nervous. I'm scared, but I love it. It's like me trying to get on a roller coaster. I'm nervous and scared, but I know I'm going to enjoy the heck out of that ride when I get on there. But know this. You are in probably, mostly, honestly.
I'm captivating, Stricardo. I keep them here.
Honestly, the greatest company in the world. You got a man and a team of men and women and a family that's working their brains off for you right now. And some of the stuff he's been working on for 2 or 3 years,
his whole family isn't working on it. Trust me. He breaks child labor laws everywhere. But I highly doubt his own children are actually working in this thing.
A lot of us don't realize that. When he didn't just come on yesterday, oh, yesterday we did this. No. Guys, they've been working on this for a long time. And that's what I love about Ash Mufareh. He's crazy. He's funny. He's comical. Sometimes
he's crazy, comical, all right.
Pay attention.
He's funny and comical. You heard it here.
To the video of what he's saying, what Muhammad's saying. It's a lot of important things we all need to know. He didn't talk about some things. People are sending me questions. He's not talking about some of the stuff because we're not there yet. Someone asked me last night, what about wallet to wallet? We're not there yet. Don't ask those questions. You know that. And I got to say.
See, and this is what I mean when I say that they still don't know how they're getting from their payment wallet, their revenue wallet, their commission wallet, right? Like I showed you guys, into the other wallet. This is a big problem. They want to know how to transfer these funds. That should be one of the first things explained here. Okay? It's not a dumb question. You're not stupid if you're an O founder in this thing and you're wondering about that. Of course you are. Makes sense you would be. You want to know how all these transfers from wallet to wallets and whatnot is going to work and how the payment's going to go through. Yeah, no, most people would if they were in this. All completely normal questions, right? Normal things that they're wondering. But the way that Chris and Marty put it, they like get them in trouble for like wondering this and treat it like it's a crazy thing that founders have these questions. This thing's been going for 5 years. Why do you not have the answers? Like, in my opinion, they should have the answers for those questions and they should be able to give them on these like 360s or whatever they are, their cool zone meetings, whatever they want to call it, right? You know who else talked about being the world's greatest? R. Kelly. He'll piss on you. It should be explained by somebody who actually works for ONPASSIVE. And that's the other thing, is that why is it Chris and Marty explaining these things to you? Right? Peaceful says, I know how to set up my Roku TV. So I'm pretty sure I could be on the ONPASSIVE tech team. Yeah, I don't want to insult the tech guys. I don't really think it's as much their fault as it is Ash's fault. First of all, for hiring them as tech people, if they don't have the knowledge or the skills or the education, that's again on him for doing that then. But he micromanages everything. So they can't do anything unless he tells them to do it. So they're probably bored as fuck, right? They probably hate their job just as much as you would think that they would. Are you trying to insinuate something about me? 1, start ONPASSIVE. 2, get people to sign up. 3, 4, profit. Yeah, pretty much that was the business plan. That was what it was. They have a nuclear engineer. Why is he not explaining the tech stuff? Because he's busy coming up with next week's website colors.
Say this, and this will be the last thing, right? I got 2 minutes. I want to repeat this, and I want you all to repeat that. On Connect, all right, at 10 or 10:15 last night, I got over 200 messages. I can't get in. I want to give you all a heads up. We have to start Connect before the links actually will bring you in. Remember that. So you don't need to text me. My phone was so loaded, it weighed 10 pounds.
But again, why don't they know this? Because you all haven't explained that to them. And why is it like that? That seems weird that you would have to start the webinar before people can join the webinar. That seems like a problem. That's not how it should be. Like when I set up a live stream, which is very much like your webinars, like people could come at any time, really. They can wait for a week if they want to. If I set it up early enough. It sounds very weird that you would have to like turn it on and get it started before they can join it. But the fact that so many people wrote you wondering about that tells me the problem isn't them, right? Obviously, that has not been explained to them properly in the past. That's on you. How come OConnect in their 500-page manual never says that you won't be able to get in with the join link until they start the webinar up? And just to keep trying or whatever. Have patience, like you guys would say, right? Like that's your guys' and Ash's issue. To put it on the O founders like they did something wrong by not knowing that is kind of silly to me. And once again, you're taking something that it was your mismanagement that caused the problem but you're going to blame the O founders for it instead. And it's just like, don't do that. That's not fair to them. If you're getting that many people, obviously you didn't explain things to them correctly. That's on you.
I got so many messages on that. And I'll be honest, I like to pay attention what Ash is saying, what people are saying on the panel. By the way, everyone was really good. And it's hard to concentrate because sometimes we're communicating with Ash. We want the important. He's coming back. But I had over 400 people text me, hey, Chris, the link don't work. That's because we didn't start it out yet. So remember that. Pass that out to your...
See, like, that's weird. There's nowhere else where, like, imagine if I set up a live stream and then you guys couldn't click on it until I actually started the live stream. Because, like, usually I have a couple people that are, usually it's my mods, that like to get in a minute or two before it starts, you know, check on the chat, get themselves comfy, maybe write a little hello message. Joe, most of the time, will come in and do his auto mod message, right? Things like that. It would be so weird if nobody could come in and comment or even like click on the link for it until I actually started the stream. Imagine how long I would make my intros then, huh? Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying not to do the countdown thing unless I have a very, very short intro. Because a lot of people were like, Queen, your intros are too long. We do a minute countdown thing, and then you play 5 minutes of a video, and then your intro. And I was like, yeah, okay, that's fair. I'll try and shorten that up a little bit for all of you. But like, imagine how long I would make it if it had to be going just for you to come and get here. Usually I try to throw a song at the beginning, no matter what I'm streaming about, so that people have like a few minutes to get the notification if it does ever go out. YouTube hates me most of the time. Or people have a couple minutes to kind of notice I'm live and come and hang out. You know, they're not missing anything. I like to wait about 5 minutes into the stream before I actually start talking about stuff so that you got a little bit of time to be there. It's a weird thing. Like, there is nowhere else that does this. So it's not like a common thing in technology either, where it would be common sense or common knowledge that you wouldn't be able to click on this link and become a part of the O-Connect webinar until they started. So again, I don't find it fair to then be like, oh, all you O founders are fucking annoying. Getting a hold of me? Like, I sent you the link. I told you all that all you had to do was click on the link and everything would be good. And then when you clicked on the link and it didn't work, you were bothering me. It's like, what? Shut up, Chris. Like, obviously, they're wondering what the hell. And I've never heard of this before. This is the first time I've ever heard that they have to start it up before your link will work. It also came at a time where O-Connect had just been crashed for most people for a week. So again, that's a third reason why maybe they would be like, it's not working, what's going on? And be a little bit more panicky than in the past with webinars. But there's 3 good reasons why the O founders would be sitting here wondering why it's not working and wanting to reach out to you and double check that, yeah, the corporate webinar is still going on. The 4th reason is that you assholes were an hour late almost in starting it. You told everyone to be there for 10 o'clock. It really didn't get started until closer to like 11. And then the whole beginning of it for a little bit was just like buffering. And it took you guys a while to like actually get into anything. So again, when you're late, O-Connect hasn't worked for a week. You didn't let people know that you would have to start before the link would work. And, you know, the link hasn't worked in the past for people. You can't really blame them when they click on it, it's not working, and then they panic a bit and get a hold of you. That's your fault.
Teams, the webinar will not start, or those links won't work until Marty DeGarmo, whoever, throws the switch, we're on. Then It'll work.
Weird.
So stay positive. Keep doing what you're doing. I think most of the questions were answered. Red is about to come on in 1 minute.
Too. That was the other thing, is that Ash wasn't there right at the beginning. So this is what I mean. Like, it's off to a rough start also. And then, like I said, it's not working for a week. Like, there's so many factors that would have gone into people freaking out that it wasn't working. Right? Including them being late. It's just like they have one nerve to kind of turn around and be like, damn, these founders are annoying, wondering why the webinar is not working for them, getting a hold of us. And again, they've gone back and forth on this. It's okay to get a hold of us. Don't get a hold of us bullshit. And that's my main issue with them right now, is that they can't seem to make up their mind on whether or not it's okay to get a hold of them and ask them questions, or when they have problems. They keep going back and forth with it. They just did it again, damn it.
With a exciting recap. He did it last night, and Ash even said, boy, I just ought to let you and Manu run the show, give her the notes and let you go at it. It was very funny. So Marty just did an excellent job recapping. Hear it again. Read your notes. Read those notes. Read those notes. They're very...
Read those notes. Then he claps in your ear a bunch. I'm sure my headphone users just loved me for that.
Very important. Watch the video. And all you people doing webinars that don't make any sense to me right now, here's an idea.
Wait, what? Why would webinars not be making any sense to you right now, Chris? Like, listen, if you get drunk before you watch people's webinars, that's, again, your own problem.
Play what Ash Mufareh and Muhammad were saying on your webinar and go over and educate people the right way. All right. I know there's a lot of silly webinars going on. I don't really know what you guys talk about, but that's something to talk about.
I like how he's like, oh, there's a lot of silly webinars going on right now. Like, I'm sorry. Is there now a hierarchy of webinars and people who are doing webinars? Like, you guys are the top dogs. Underneath you, it's like Red and Mike Ellis or some bullshit. Hey? We got the Rob and Lynn there. It's like, what do you mean? You know that there's a bunch of silly webinars going on. Everyone in their webinars, they just regurgitate what you assholes say and what Ash says. So if people are saying something wrong, it's because you've put the information out there in a way where they've interpreted it wrong. Maybe you should get more translators.
We used to do revisions of what Ash said, if you remember, and we talked about spread it out. Try that. Okay, it's 11 o'clock. Marty, thank you. Happy birthday, Julie, Mike. Everyone enjoy this. Countries that are having trouble, we're here to help you. And I love every one of you. God bless. We're praying for you. Marty DeGarmo, back to you. Red is coming on right now.
Okay, good. We're going.
We got another webinar. Red is coming on right now, he says. Or wait till the next 360 on Wednesday and Red will recap the notes in painful detail. Very true. He probably will. Maybe get the Onpassive dancers to help. Yeah, the ones at the beginning of this video were fun.
But I want to tell you the recorded webinar from last night is now in updates in the back office. See y'all.
Right. So they've now updated it. It's in the back office. I, though, recommend watching it on the Recovering Hunbots channel. It'll be more fun for you. I'm sure a lot of the comments will be up, too, of people that were watching it live, so that's always fun. If you've ever bought a lemon car, chances are that Chris made it. Maybe. Maybe he did work at Ford, allegedly. So that was their lovely 360. That's what they had to say about what was going on. As you heard, like, there isn't really much updates. Their update is that you'll get 25% commission, pretty much. They're hoping that Oak Connect is going to be all newly updated and out by Tuesday. Don't worry, you'll be making money soon. And then they just yelled at the O founders for being silly, apparently. You know? How about the new song from the founders, What Have You Done For Me Lately? I don't know. I don't know that one. We'll have to check that one out. I always end my streams with a theme song, because if I don't, then people actually do yell at me. They'll be like, Queen, you didn't play the In It to Win It theme song. What's that about? And then I have to say, I'm so sorry, I'll play it in the next one. But it is a scam. Woo! And Chris says, supposedly, if you haven't been able to pay by the 16th, they are moving on without you after promising that no one will be left behind. Yeah. And then you'll be in the second wave. And there aren't any waves. Don't worry. No one will be left behind. But like Chris said here, you'll be in the second wave instead if you also buy the second product instead of OConnect. So make sure that you buy OConnect so that you can sell OConnect, even though that's illegal. Now, I think that going forward, I think what's going to happen is nothing. I think that everything's going to still get prolonged. I don't think that OConnect is going to change in any way or be any better anytime soon. Even come Tuesday, nothing's going to happen. And I think that they're just going to keep on pushing this back as far as they can. And hopefully they will come out with a new product by the spring. Because I honestly don't know what they're going to do if the spring comes and then like nothing is going on. People are starting to get a little bit more antsy. This is why they're starting to get a little bit more upset, as I'm sure you're noticing. So obviously there's some feathers being ruffled over there, which isn't a bad thing. I hope that people are leaving and that they are waking up that this is a scam and that they're never going to get paid. Like if it hasn't happened by now, what makes you think it's going to happen in future, you know? Chris says nothing will happen on the 16th except more excuses. And that's what I believe. I have little faith in this anymore. I used to be the one that used to always think that Ash was going to eventually do what he promised he would do. But now even they will tell you not to hold Ash to what he says, right? So when they start saying it, I got to kind of throw my hands up and be like, yeah, we just have no faith in this thing. I think right now they're just going to keep on prolonging it as much as they can while trying to keep it just on the brink of staying legal until the S.E.C. court date happens. And then we'll have to take it from there. I don't think he's going to do much before that, though. Remember last March when they had the get-together at a hotel in the UK because they were supposed to be making money by then to pay for it? Yes, I do. Yes, Red had it. I believe Sherry was there. It was quite the get-together. He put a lot of money into it. Yep. And that's what I mean. They've been promising to make money now for a year and a half straight where they just continuously put it off. Like, oh, don't worry, guys. We're going to be able to sell these products and make commissions by next month. And then the next month comes and goes and nothing happens. And then it was by Christmas. I am still really mad at them that they didn't do it by Christmas. Like I said before Christmas, it's very unfair to promise that and then not make right on that promise. I obviously still believe that. And I believe it every time they make the promise. So I wish that they would just stop. You know, just stop going there.
Stop going there.
Just quit.
Quit.
They're going to be the very first people to make themselves look silly.
She wants to be the first to make us look silly.
So, you know, they're going to have to stop. They all had to pay out of their own pockets. Yes, they did. And then hardly anyone showed up compared to what they were expecting. It was a little bit embarrassing. But, you know, that's how these things go. Now we'll have to see what happens in future. They have prolonged paying for OConnect for 1 extra month. And then when you pay for it, you're supposed to get a deal. So again, commissions won't really be that great for that one if they keep putting it on sale and prolonging it. Now will it? And that's another issue. Of course. I wish that they would start kind of realizing that Ash is a con man, but this thing is very, very culty. So culty that I am busily putting together a video in which I explain to you all the reasons why Onpassive is a cult and not just an MLM commercial cult, but a cult of personality. And that's why it seems to have a hold on people a lot more than things do. So would anyone who is pushing back against a scam be practicing on passive resistance? La resistance! Yes, I guess so. Yes, I guess. We're just bimbo haters. That's what Marty calls us. He called us bimbos. Me and the recovering humbot. He said, those two bimbos that talk about us all the time, he said they need to quit.
Quit.
So yeah, that's why I often call myself Onpassive Bimbo Hater, because of that. Or we're just haters, like usual. You know, it can't be that we actually care about people getting manipulated into mob mentality and groupthink that also scams them out of money and then has them trying to scam other people out of money. That couldn't be it. We're just haters. Jakarta says, this year they're getting together on a park bench, Chris. That way they can definitely all pay for it out of pocket, no matter where they're from. And on that note, I think I'm going to end this. So thank you for coming on this ride with me. I've been live for like 3 hours, so if you missed any of this, make sure you go back and watch it from the beginning to hear their little recap, you know, of what happened at the corporate webinar, which of course, just like we thought, wasn't a hell of a lot. A bunch of more promises that I'm sure will be broken in the future. Let me know what you think down below. I hope all of you have a fabulous, fabulous rest of your day and a wonderful weekend. I don't know if I'll see you over the weekend. So if I don't, I'll see you on Monday where we'll probably talk about ONPASSIVE again. Take care. Mwah. Bye. And now, of course, what most of you have been waiting for. In it to win it. Woo!